Good morning, I'm Neva Retimanu, and this is your morning news fix for Monday, 13th of May. In this update, the Educational Review Office says it's surprised and disappointed by some of its latest teaching report findings. It shows nearly half of new teachers don't feel ready enough to teach when they start. Educational Evaluation Head Ruth Schnoder told Mike Osking there's too much variation depending where teachers study, and she says key things like being able to manage classroom behaviour are missing when teachers start.
And we know some things make a big difference. For example, if when you're learning to be a teacher you spend more time practicing in the classroom, you're feeling much more prepared when you start. So we want to see more of that.
Record delays to see health specialists has prompted Health New Zealand to contact people who are overdue on checks. Those who've waited more than 4 months will be contacted and then directed to go to a GP if their condition changes. That may mean they need to get an updated referral. Jacob Jones reports.
It's thought more than 30,000 people are overdue for a procedure. One GP who wishes to remain anonymous told our newsroom the policy will add to the already heavy workload doctors are dealing with. He also worries it could be an effort to reduce the waitlist by stealth and push people who can't afford a GP off the list.
A foreign policy expert says this week's political delegation to the Pacific is mainly about showing up. Foreign Minister Winston Peters is leading the trip to Solomon Islands, Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, New Caledonia and Tuvalu. Geopolitical analyst Jeffrey Miller says these aren't the Pacific nations New Zealand typically visits, so this trip is significant.
It's always in New Zealand's interest if New Zealand ministers are heading offshore and showing up in these regions which they talk so much about, and it's important to be not just talking about them, to actually be going.
Shopping around could be key to saving money on power as wintry conditions set in around the country. Consumer NZ encourages people to shower for no more than 5 minutes, set heat pumps to no more than 21 degrees, do cold laundry washes and turn appliances off at the wall. Campaigns advisor Abby Darman says people should also check the Power Switch website to make sure they're on the right plan. She says prices fluctuate every day and there can be lots of variation between plans and providers.
When our team compared the average cheapest and the average most expensive plans, we found a massive difference of $500.
Auckland Transport's being urged to go back to the drawing board before introducing new parking charges in the city centre. The rates, which will see people pay for around-the-clock parking during times it used to be free, are set to be implemented by July. Auckland Business Chambers CEO Simon Bridges agrees with Mayor Wayne Brown that a better strategy needs to be put in place, and he believes it will deter people from visiting the city in the evening, which is exactly what we don't want. And in sport, Carolyn Powell has won the badminton horse trials on Green Acres Special Cavalier. She's the 5th New Zealander to complete the feat. Wellington Phoenix manager Giancarlo Italiano has challenged their home crowd to decide the second leg of the A-League semi-final against the Melbourne Victory after a 0-0 draw away. Amy Fisher has pipped Dame Lisa Carrington in the K1 500 final at the Canoeing World Cup in Hungary. And finally, Alejandro Tubilo has beaten world tennis number 1 Novak Djokovic in the 3rd round of the Italian Open. I'm Neva Retimanu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.